Good evening, everyone, and thank you for attending Farhang's State of the Foundation address. My name is Hormoz Ameri, and it is my great honor to serve as the chairman of Farhang Foundation and to have the opportunity to lead this extraordinary organization through its second decade of operations. Every year since the founding of Farhang, our entire Farhang family and its supporters have gotten together over one night of festivities during Farhang's Annual Fundraising Gala to get informed and inspired to give generously in order to ensure that our beloved foundation continues to successfully execute on its important mission. This year, the extraordinary environment which the current health pandemic has created makes having a traditional gala imprudent. However, given the importance of keeping each and every one of you informed of Farhang's activities and accomplishments, and to hopefully inspire you to support Farhang's important work of promoting our Iranian art and culture to the community at large, we decided to present the State of Farhang to you in virtual form. Our collective hope and expectation are that Farhang Foundation will prove to have succeeded in showcasing our Iranian culture in the best light that it deserves in Southern California and beyond, and to continue to keep your trust and generous support. I personally believe that we will succeed, and we will even have some fun doing it. For the past 13 years, Farhang Foundation has strived to create greater recognition and meaningful support for our great Iranian cultural traditions, and to stimulate and strengthen the role that we play in the diverse communities we live in. It is our goal to make this work sustainable with patronage that stem from a sincere desire to see the perpetuation of Farhang's mission in promoting our great Iranian culture. We believe that people give to support what they value and what they believe in. It is relevance that fuels the culture of giving. Tonight, on behalf of Farhang Foundation's Board of Trustees, I am delighted to present to you some of Farhang's past accomplishments, milestones, and highlights. Since its founding in 2008, Farhang has grown to establish itself as the premier Iranian cultural organization in the world. A big part of that growth has been through the strong and lasting partnerships which we have established with major museums and universities in the US, and collaborating with them on advancing Iranian cultural and artistic projects and exhibitions. A great example of that was Farhang's partnership with the Getty to bring the Cyrus cylinder to Los Angeles for the first time in history, and in exhibiting it at the Getty Villa in 2013. That exhibition turned out to be a tremendous success and to become one of the best attended exhibitions in the history of that museum. At Farhang, we believe in mass collaboration and building a connected community of engaged volunteers and in building visibility. This objective was successfully put to test during the gifting of the Freedom Sculpture to the city of Los Angeles with the support and participation of tens of thousands of people in 2017. The Freedom Sculpture was inspired by the noble principles of Cyrus the Great of Persia, who over 2,500 years ago ensured individual freedom, religious diversity, and multicultural inclusiveness for all under his rule. These are the same rights that the Founding Fathers enshrined in the US Constitution for all Americans. Today, the Freedom Sculpture is the ideal monument representing what California embodies, a state which actively embraces and values diversity. One of the most impactful ways that Farhang has given back to our community for over a decade has been by sharing our most precious cultural heritage, Nowruz. In recent years, we have been celebrating Nowruz on the grounds of UCLA and having our indoor concert in the Great Royce Hall. With over 25,000 attendees in 2019 and 700 banners announcing the coming of spring on the streets of the Southland, Farhang's Nowruz at UCLA is now the largest celebration of Nowruz in the United States. This event is a labor of love which is organized by our management and a group of dedicated and passionate volunteers who give so generously of their time, talent, and resources to make our Nowruz, our foundation's marquee event, and one that our community can be very proud to participate in. In 2010, with the support of the community and a gift of over $2.5 million, Farhang Foundation established the first ever Iranian Studies program at USC. 1 year later, in 2011, the first phase of the project was launched with the introduction of Persian language classes, followed by the launch of the Iranian Studies minor program in 2013. The third and final phase of this project culminated in the establishment of an Iranian Studies major program. Today, second and third generations of Iranian Americans, as well as non-Iranians who seek to learn the Persian language and to deepen their knowledge of Iranian culture and history, will have access to a systematic education in Iranian studies at a world-class university located in the heart of Los Angeles, where so many Iranian Americans reside. Following our successful initiative at USC, Farhang, with the support of the community, launched the first ever Persian Studies minor program at UC Irvine's School of Humanities. This is the only program of its kind in Orange County where students can become proficient in the Persian language and learn about the history, culture, and contributions of Iran to the world. In 2018, with a $1 million gift to UCLA's Herb Alpert School of Music, Farhang Foundation established the Iranian Music Degree Program at UCLA. This is the first Iranian music degree program outside of Iran, which today has become the most successful music program in UCLA School of Ethnomusicology. In 2015, and again with the support of the community, Farhang launched the Persian Language and Culture After School program. This program offers free Persian language and culture classes to K-12 public and private schools of Southern California. To date, over 800 students have enrolled and benefited from this unique program for the youth. Last October, Farhang held the first ever solo exhibition by an Iranian artist at a major museum in the Western United States by exhibiting the works of the renowned Iranian artist Shirin Neshad at the Broad Museum in Los Angeles. This event turned out to be the most successful solo exhibition in the Broad Museum's history. Continuing with our efforts to expand and strengthen Farhang's relationships with major cultural institutions in Southern California, last year's Nowruz celebrations in Orange County were held in collaboration with the Pacific Symphony at the Segerstrom Center. This sold-out event marked one of the most successful performances by the Pacific Symphony and the start of a mutually beneficial relationship between the two organizations, which continues to date. Farhang's Short Film Festival was launched in 2009 and has remained the only global film festival dedicated to Iranian short films. To date, Farhang Foundation has awarded over $200,000 in cash prizes to filmmakers from around the world, with many from Iran. We kicked off 2020 with lots of excitement and optimism, with no expectation of what was waiting ahead for the world as we approached our beloved Nowruz in early March. And then, in a flash, the world as we knew it changed, and we had to respond to a reality which we didn't choose, and to make decisions with agility in bringing Farhang through it in a way that was courageous, honorable, and connected. The pandemic reminded us of our vulnerabilities and of our mutual dependence, that we are all in this together. We understood that the pandemic would create the moral paradox of solidarity through separation. Given that engagement with the community is at the very core of Farhang's mission, we were tasked with the responsibility of preserving our sense of community and to ensure that the social bonds and respect for one another, which we had worked so hard to create and strengthen, would not come unraveled. We realized that the decisions we make could be hugely consequential to the health of our community. And we decided not to be stuck in our ways, but to let the facts on the ground inform our decisions. We decided not to wait and see how others behave, but to rather lead with the knowledge that we may be erring on the side of caution. In hindsight, our decisions to cancel or postpone Farhang's events early on turned out to be correct and were eventually adopted by others. With guidance from our dedicated board of trustees and flawless execution by our management team, we were able to quickly pivot our programs to a series of free digital and social media initiatives. We kicked off these initiatives with the launch of Farhang Flavors web series with the goal of celebrating and promoting our rich Iranian cuisine and featuring chefs from around the world, including US, Canada, Europe, and Iran. With 29 episodes aired to date and over 800,000 views worldwide, Farhang Flavors continues to be very popular and making great inroads in introducing our Iranian cuisine to a broad and diverse viewership. Farhang Performances web series celebrates Iranian music by featuring established and new Iranian artists performing from their homes. To date, 25 episodes of this series have had over 700,000 views and continues to enjoy a steady rise in viewership. And finally, we created the Farhang Connect Live talk events, featuring one-hour talks with renowned performers, artists, and scholars. Farhang has also continued this relationship with renowned cultural partners through virtual programming. Some examples are our collaboration with UCLA's Celebration of Iranian Cinema, which is our long-running program with the UCLA Film Archives, Farhang's continued sponsorship of the AFI Film Festival, which is America's largest annual film festival, and conducting artist walkthroughs with the Fowler Museum. Looking back to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, Farhang was able to respond quickly and decisively to the crisis, and today finds itself in a stable position and ready to plan for the future. We look forward to 2021 and beyond with the continued growth and expansion of our academic programs at USC, UC Irvine, UCLA, and the K-12 schools. We also plan to continue and expand our digital and online global programs and initiatives while we await the day when we can safely return to in-person events and programming. In that vein, we are very excited to once again be partnering with the Getty Museum as a cultural partner of their planned major exhibition, Persia, Ancient Iran and the Classical World. This will be the largest and most comprehensive exhibition in history on ancient Iran, with the participation of over 44 international institutions and world-class museums such as the Louvre and the British Museum, and will take over the entire Getty Villa for 6 months. At Farhang Foundation, we can't wait to start promoting this unprecedented exhibition by raising awareness of the Iranian community in the US and engaging the considerable captive audience of Farhang in making this exhibition the most successful one yet. We obviously share Getty's view that this exhibition is truly a once-in-a-lifetime celebration of this ancient culture, which is both timely and a reminder for all of us of Persia's important role in shaping and influencing world civilizations. In closing, I am very pleased to report that our foundation currently enjoys good financial health and has been able to meet its obligations and to maintain its organizational integrity. We have proven to be ready to successfully navigate our long march over varied terrain. We hope that our 13-year track record of success, which has established Farhang as the preeminent Iranian cultural foundation in the world, has proven Farhang's work to be relevant and worthy of your trust and support. We hope that you will join our family of trustees, council members, and management team to make our fundraising effort for this wonderful and important cause a rousing success with your generous donations. so we can proudly and effectively continue with the good work of Farhang. Thank you.